Look, it was barely a decade ago when the MTA stood on shaky ground. We didn't have funding in the way that we do now with Measure R. Major projects were stuck in neutral. The time had come to either take a U-turn or put LA back on track to developing a great public transportation system worthy of a world-class city. And that's taken some time. And we've hit our fair share of bumps along the road, but we've turned it around. Money has started to flow to projects to ease congestion and improve safety. New bus lines opened in the valley, rail service expanded, and light rail became a centerpiece of our transit strategy. Of course, as I said, last November, against all odds, voters passed Measure R, a transformative $40 billion investment in a transit-oriented future. And now that we've secured the funding, our effort to aggressively build a modern, multimodal public transportation system in Los Angeles County demands strong leadership. So today, I'm proud to announce 2 new appointments to the Metro Board of Directors. First, I've appointed my friend and the council member that replaced me in the 14th Councilmanic District, Jose Huizar, to replace Councilmember Bernard Parks, who stepped down from the board in January. Councilmember Huizar has shown tremendous leadership skills in his career as a public servant, from his vision as the LAUSD president, managing the largest school construction and modernization project in U.S. history, to his role as a leading advocate, as a city council member for several large-scale transportation projects in his own district. Proud to call him a friend, and proud to have his opportunity to serve beside him on the Metro Board. Now, I've also appointed Los Angeles Department of Transportation General Manager Rita Robinson to replace David Fleming, who resigned yesterday to accept an appointment to the Metropolitan Water District Board of Directors. Rita Robinson is a lifelong dedicated public servant. She spent her career working to improve the quality of life for Angelenos. She knows Los Angeles, she loves Los Angeles, and she knows how to get the best out of her people. This is the first time in MTA history when a mayor has appointed an active transportation executive like Rita to the board, and it creates a much needed synergy between the DOT and the MTA when it's needed the most. She's led our Department of Transportation in a new, reinvigorated effort to reduce traffic in Los Angeles. She's aggressive and experienced, and she'll work to implement Measure R and stimulus funding with the sense of urgency it demands. And so, with these 2 appointments, I'm proud to say that I think we will be in a very strong position, given that beginning in July, Measure R money will begin to flow, and we will have many decisions to make. I want to acknowledge my friend, and I don't know why he's standing over there instead of over here, Roger Snowball, the CEO of this organization. Done a great job for us, and we want to acknowledge him for his effort. So now I'd like to call up Councilmember Huizar to say a few words.
Well, thank you very much, and good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. And first, I want to thank the mayor for allowing me this privilege to serve on this board. I know the awesome responsibility that comes with serving people who are transit dependent, encouraging others to take public transportation, and overall improving the quality of life for people in the region. So thank you, Mr. Mayor, and I certainly want to work with you and the other board members to make sure we improve the transportation systems in the region. I also want to thank my predecessor to the board, Councilmember Bernard Parks, who did a tremendous job on this board, and he and I talked often about the transportation needs in the region. He did a tremendous job, and I want to congratulate him and the work he did while he served on the board. And certainly Rita Robinson, I want to congratulate her. She brings to this board and to this position the type of leadership and the know-how that we need to get done to improve not only the transportation systems in the region, but the collaboration that's needed with the largest city in the Metro's jurisdiction to ensure that that collaboration continues to move forward. And that's one area that I certainly want to work on as we move forward, is how do we continue as a city working on land use development while connecting it to the transportation needs of the area and ensuring that pedestrians and people who take public transportation alike are encouraged through land use decision making to take more public transportation. When I served on the Board of Education for the Los Angeles Unified School District, many times people told us that things were possible, that we couldn't relieve the overcrowding in our schools, that we had to put students on buses for 4 hours a day, that we had to go through year-round calendars while our students' academic achievement suffered. Well, let me tell you, what I see on this board and the people who serve on here now, like Richard Katz and others, are people who say, yes, we can do it. And that's the type of attitude I bring to this board to make sure we continue to provide the best public transportation system in the country. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I look forward to working with you. Thank you.
Let me now bring up Rita Robinson, the General Manager of the Department of Transportation and newly appointed MTA Director.
Good morning, everyone. I'm deeply honored and grateful to the Mayor for his confidence in my ability to participate on the board and to be a member of the MTA Board. It is a tremendous honor, and I'm very humbled by it. And also to serve with Councilmember Huizar and many of the efforts that he's put forth that the Department of Transportation has been assisting us with. I know that the MTA staff and DOT staff have tried to work endlessly with each other in a better collaboration of making sure projects and funding match each other, and we get the projects on the street so that our residents and constituents throughout the region benefit from those, and I will continue to work in that vein. I'm more of a team member than anything else, so my hope is that I'll be able to add value to the team of the MTA Board, and that will be able to serve all of you well. So thank you very much. I can't tell you what an honor this is for me and the staff of LADOT who are working so hard to make things happen. So thank you very much.
And now let me just have Director Katz say a few words as well. And I don't have to tell you that you're right, Councilmember Huizar, or Director Huizar. The Richard Katz has been an absolute instrumental member of this board, as someone who chaired the Public Transportation Committee for 15 years. He knows as much or more than staff, and done a great job for us in Sacramento, and I want to thank him.
Mr. Mayor, thank you very much. I just want to also congratulate Councilman Huizar and General Manager Robinson. You know, we're looking forward to their expertise and their involvement, and I think now whatever tension there may have been in the past between the MTA and LADOT is about to go out the window, and in a new era of unprecedented cooperation that I think will be good for both the city and the MTA. I welcome them. You know, the mayor's given us a very direct order, which is get those Measure R projects on the street. We're working hard with staff to do that, and both Rita and Councilman Huizar will be great allies in that effort. I know they believe that we can do a lot to turn the city around, and thank you, Mr. Mayor, for making sure that Measure R passed.
And finally, let me just acknowledge and thank, of course, Director Fleming and Director Parks, who played a very, very important role, critical cog in our effort to get Measure R passed, and I think in the very strong relationship the city has with our rest of our partners on the Metropolitan Transit Authority.